Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Last time, we traveled into the past, into the time period that Giygas has gone back to destroy the Earth before we have any chance of saving it. This time, we set off. If you need anything, the Phase Distorter is able to fully heal as often as you wish. The communicate function will get in touch with Dad. Your voice sounds kind of funny. Oh well, that's okay. Experience to get to the next level. Jeff is coming right up on one. We'll definitely get that for him. This is why I recommended making a copy of your save file. You will not be able to return. There is no way for this to return you to the present time, return you to your normal body, or anything. Things have gotten very serious, as silly as these robot bodies might look. I can't say this is what I had in mind when he said we were going to transfer into robots, but here we are. Our capabilities are the same. Starting off on our first new enemy is the Wild and Woolly Shambler, which is more of a support enemy than anything else. It can fire a beam, it can use shield beta, and it can use flash beta. It doesn't have too much that you have to worry about in the way of direct damage. We have, thankfully, some form of flash resistance on pretty much everyone. Not only that, but I think it's high time that we try this out. Let's see Starstorm Omega. Boom! 594 and 683. Still not enough to knock them all out. The Octobot, he tried using paralysis right there. He can also steal items and fire a beam, just like the other Octobots. And even though things have gotten very serious, there's still funny things that I have to tell you about these guys. The Octobots, in the Japanese version, it's kind of funny to think this might be one of the last things I tell you about the Japanese version, had a bit of a running gag that is not present in our version. There have been 4 Octobots up to this point, and their names, in order, are Almost Octopus, Looks Like Octopus, Very Octopus, and this guy is known as Actual Octopus. Ooh, it's serious. Actually, that is another one of those things that I didn't learn until very recently, and I'm very happy that I did. Freeze, I think, is pretty effective on them. Pretty, not great. Yep, nuclear reactor robots are just stronger versions of the atomic power robots that we have seen before. Thankfully, did not heal the ultimate Octobot. They're weird because they fully heal the enemies, yet you also want to take them out early, just so you don't have to worry about... Or, what am I trying to say here? They're weird in that they heal the entire party, so you think you want to take them out first, but they also explode when beaten. They are pretty much the same enemy. In fact, their color palette is very similar. They just have a nice mother-of-pearl finish, and that's about it. Polygrade to 71. Wasn't sure if we'd see more than 1 level up. Ooh, we're going to see 3 level ups, not just 2. Excellent. I think now we're good to press on. More battles with nuclear reactor robots who heal and won't stop healing and won't stop healing. Best thing you can hope for is to use your invulnerability to first strike enemies because they're so dense that you can just chain battles together and then run away from the nuclear reactor robots guaranteed from your first strike. Ghost of Starman is present here as well if you thought you were done dealing with these jerks. We're gonna just go all out. I'm not worried about the Wild and Woolly Shambler. I like your name a lot, so nothing personal. You're just kind of on the side that we're fighting against. I'm going all out because I can win this in 1 turn. But if you're not sure that you can win it in 1 turn, remember that you have PSI Shield Sigma and PSI Shield Omega on Paula. Omega will make him essentially Starstorm his own team, and that's a big help because he's always predictable in what he'll do on the first turn. Nice and easy. Didn't even get a chance to attack. Ness, look at you. Outspeeding lots of enemies. I guess all you had to do is just get put into a very blocky, unaerodynamic body to do it. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! Okay, at least it only deflects to 1 target, so it's not gonna hit everyone. Come on, Ness. At least keep one of us alive. At least it's not going to attack for a few more... Okay, good. Wow! No! No! Don't do this to me! I thought it really dropped the goddess ribbon, and I freaked out. Oh my god. Okay, Multi-bottle rocket. I guess if they're going, I guess if the weapon of mass destruction deities are being benevolent today, who are we to deny them? Healing Gamma on Paula. Get her back up. Healing Gamma on Jeff. Conserving my items. Didn't work. Second time? Didn't work. Please don't treat me like you usually do when it's a 75%. Shh. What is this, Fire Emblem? Good. Healing Omega, seeing its uses. We got plenty of PP recovery, made sure to bring lots of it for these very reasons, and with this fighting by itself, no, not quite what I thought. A lot of enemies blocking the way up here. Legendary Bat. We'll equip that, getting one final increase. Our offense stat is now 255. I don't feel I have grinded. I don't feel that I've over-prepared for anything. Ness is just that much of a slugmeister. Jeff grew to 70. Pooh grew to 67. Just as a reminder, 255 is the highest any stat can be. Ness cannot hit any harder. And we've earned some brain food lunches. Yep, already. And I'm going to try to fight as many of these as possible. Because there's a lot of strong foes. Lots of different strong foes, and I'd like to show all of them because many of them have interesting things to them. We've just only seen the same few again and again so far. And I will say that if there's anything that I can complain about, it's the fact that... I'm just going to run away from this. I'd rather not take force damage. That is a complaint, granted. I do think that they are very annoying enemies, but I kind of wouldn't have it any other way because it is the end and, you know, is it really supposed to be easy? But I do kind of not like how so many of these enemies, especially lately, have been just palette swaps. I get that there have been some enemies that have been recycled more than others, and, you know, some of them definitely do look cool. I think the Ghost of Starman's a very memorable, really cool-looking enemy. But it doesn't change the fact that it's kind of lame how long we've gone without seeing a new enemy. Even Ness's Nightmare was a palette swap. I think Magicant was the last time that we saw anything actually new. These are teleporters. They take you on to another segment of this broken up Earth. I will happily take a magic butterfly. They commonly spawn at the beginning of the second segment, giving you nice, easy PP recovery to make your journey a little bit easier. Got another fight. The enemies do differ based on the segment, which means, yes, new enemy, the final Starman. These begin the fight with unbelievably shield beta. They will reflect your psychic attacks. They technically are a stronger Starman Super, but they're at least spiky, so I can forgive them. Well, actually, no, they're just a Starman Deluxe. Wow, I am making this sound a lot more bad than it actually is. They're able to use PSI Shield Beta on their allies as well, so in addition to being really nasty themselves and hard to take out quickly, they are good support for the rest of their team, and that especially sucks when the Ghost of Starman is as dangerous as it is. I was extremely lucky to get that right there. Oh, it's just using regular shield beta. Okay, so he does not have PSI shield beta by default, but he does have regular shield beta. Or he has PSI shield beta by default, but he's able to use shield beta. Had to get that mix up to that distinction one last time in there. He is capable of doing some other nasty things. Unlike the predictable Ghost of Starman, he's not about those traditions of always fighting the exact same way to carry the honor of his people. He can use Brain Shock Omega, and he can even do Starstorm Omega, but most egregiously, if that's even the right word, he can use Healing Omega to bring back the dead. Just generally, the Starmen are the most nasty enemies that you can come into contact with, and definitely the ones that I get the most annoyed at. I like to think of this place like I think of Moonside, where it just looks like it has battle backgrounds accurate to the place that we're in, and with just how distorted and messed up everything is, it's used to great effect. Of course you did. You're both supporters. Okay, good. Had that multi-bottle rocket for a reason, and it didn't even kill him! What is this? You can't have more than one shield at a time, so you are vulnerable to some psychic attacks now that you've done that on yourself. I swear if that multi-bottle rocket was rare and we actually saw something really cool right there. I wouldn't mind getting a rare item drop one final time. It would be really neat. You. Maybe I should have saved my multi-bottle rocket for you, because I just hate your face so much. It does kind of look like he has a doofy face with like eyes on the end of slug stalks or something instead of a clockwork key in his roof in the top of him. Okay, good, he's gone. That's not a level up. But this one probably will be. Wow! Man, you would think that we have anti-piracy measures in place or something. Ness gets 83. Which feels oddly fitting because I think that's the level I was when I got to this final place for the very first time. Cleared it out! And you're still not what I'm looking for. I think this is the end. There's still 2 foes we have not run into, and I think they warrant going back for. I'm gonna go hunting for them because I want to fight both of them at least once, just to show you what they're like. I don't think they are particularly notable foes, however. All you need to know is that this hilariously, unfortunately named Squatter Demon is a revamped boogie tent. He can bite with poisonous fangs to do damage and poison you, similar to the wolves in the desert. He can use Hypnosis Alpha, the Shield Killer, and he has a bite that diamondizes like the Diamond Dog. He's an amalgamation of lots of annoying foes. And the Bionic Kraken. It is the same enemy as the Kraken, just with higher stats. Nothing more. Except, this is the enemy that the player's guide had confused the Magicant Krakens with. It has a 1 in 128 chance of dropping the Gutsy Bat. I've already gone over what that item is. Just know that this means, yes, you cannot be 100% ultimately equipped and still have access to the rest of the world at the same time. Yet another reason why I recommended making an alternate save if that tickles your fancy. Along the way to meet these 2 foes, we gained many levels, and a few notable things happened. I just got an insta-win in the final area. And as they go by, this whole thing has been one great big appreciation about how special and how unique and how timeless of a piece EarthBound is. I've given you multiple reasons as to why I believe this is. Everything from the visual style making it still look great today to the writing feeling like it was made at another time. But I think there's more. There's the fact that EarthBound is about life. It understands not only the good, having great humor, just funny things that you can't believe just happened, material for stories that you're gonna want to tell people, all sorts of strange things surrounding you and everything feeling larger than life. It feels like childhood. And that's because it also remembers the bad things. We have 4 heroes who come from very non-conventional families. Ness has a working father who is always absent and he never gets to spend time with him, being raised by just his mother. And, you know, maybe a little more than he realizes, also his little sister. Paula has parents who run a business out of their home, and her life is definitely different from most kids because of that. Jeff has an unhealthy relationship with his father, goes to boarding school, and his mom is never mentioned at all. And then Pooh is royalty, having expectations placed on him and being very different from all the others. And it's not even just our 4 heroes. Beyond them, we've seen very violent concepts, themes of child abuse and neglect. It isn't just the zany fuzzy pickles. It understands having a sense of humor in the face of the bad things that happen to you. It understands when you're uncertain. It understands when you're scared. you surprised? It's me, Pokey. I assist only the strong and able. That's Pokey. You guys look pathetic. The Apple of Enlightenment has already made a prediction. But I won't let what the Apple of Enlightenment predicted take place. You guys will be beaten by Giygas. Giygas will be stronger, a more powerful entity than any other. Why? 'Cause of me. I was led by Giygas, and now I'm here. The Apple of Enlightenment couldn't predict this. Master Giygas. No! Giygas is no longer the wielder of evil. He has become the embodiment of evil itself, which he cannot control on his own. He is the evil power. There's much debate over whether Pokey is under Giygas' influence, hence the blue skin, or if it is merely the glass of his machine. Personally, I prefer not knowing the answer to that question, but what I do know is the phase distorter destroys human life, and Pokey's skin is blue. I find that more disturbing. Starting off, Pokey should be your target. If I may demonstrate very quickly, PSI Shield Sigma is the way to go. You will understand momentarily. I'm gonna fire the heavy bazooka as always, and Pooh, I guess you have a pretty big amount of health actually, surprisingly so, you can demonstrate this. Giygas has a signature shield that is on its own other level. Jeff cannot get rid of it, and normally there is a rule when it comes to deflection shields. You cannot have an attack just bounce back and forth between two shields because they both deflect. It will just bounce off once and then hit anyway. Giygas, as you might have guessed, is the exception. If you were to cast up a deflection, it would bounce off of you, bounce off him, and hit you anyway. Yes! Smash! Ah! After how much crap he has put us through this entire journey, getting a good smash hit on Pokey just feels good, and especially the fact that it's coming from Ness. Shield Sigma is the way to go, as that will just merely make the attacks disappear. It's the same move that Buzz used all that time ago at the beginning of our travels, and it is effective here. We're gonna freeze Pokey. He is susceptible to paralysis and brain shock, mainly having physical attacks, and you don't really have to worry about Pokey too much if you shut him down in that way. I just personally find it a little cheap, you know. Part of me feels sorry for him, but I'm sorry. I gotta make him suffer a little. Life up Omega? Good. It's not necessary to talk any further. Listen. I understand you guys are already claiming to be heroes. Well, it is a gazillion years too early for you to oppose Giygas. You must feel pretty stupid to keep fighting without even knowing what Giygas looks like. If you were to ever see Giygas, you'd be so petrified with fear, you'd never be able to run away. That's how scary it is. So do you want me to turn off the devil's machine? Well, prepare to be amazed! So, isn't this terrifying? I'm terrified too. Giygas cannot rationally think anymore, and he isn't even aware of what he is doing now. His own mind was destroyed by his incredible power. What an almighty idiot. Yep, that's what he is. And you'll be just another meal to him. True to what has happened to Giygas, his mind is unstable. He is very susceptible to brain shock if you want to use that on him. There's not many opportunities where it's useful, but this is certainly one of them. Yes. Of course, we return him to normal. He didn't attack us at all there. That would have been his turn, but he just didn't take it. Gonna go for freeze beta. No, I don't want to spy. Heavy bazooka once again. I'm purposely not going all out. It's good to conserve resources for the time being. Ness, you cannot grasp the true form of Giygas' attack. Giygas' attacks are inexplicable. You cannot see what they are. That can be either a Bash, Thunder Beta, or Flash Omega. This is why I was saying I don't really particularly care about what we resist. I just want to have a decent amount of resistance to everything. There is no such thing as thunder resistance, to be sure, but there's all sorts of attacks that you need to watch out for. You must really be at the end of your rope. In this bizarre dimension, you four are the only force fighting for justice. And here you stand, waiting to be burned up with all the rest of the garbage of this universe. Ha! That's so sad. I can't help but shed a tear. You know, my heart is beating incredibly fast. I must be experiencing absolute terror. Do you want to scream for help here in the dark? Why not call your mommy, Ness? Say, Mommy, Daddy, I'm so frightened. I think I'm gonna wet my pants. I know you have telepathy or something, so just try and call for help, you pathetically weak heroes of so-called justice. No one will help you now. Don't worry, your pitiful suffering will be over soon. Giygas' second phase really doesn't have that much health. I made sure to purposely attack slowly so you could see just what he is up nice and close. Now, similar to many foes we have fought, it doesn't matter what you do. You can unleash the most powerful attacks that you have, and nothing will work. Except for what Pokey taunted us to do. Friends. There was the Flash Omega. Please give us strength. If it is possible, please. Somebody, help us. All of the Mr. Saturns felt a new startling feeling they had never experienced before. And they all started praying for the safety of Ness and his friends. Giygas' defenses became unstable. If we can just keep doing that again and again and again, we should be fine. Ness is the designated healer. We have plenty of horns of life. We're gonna get Jeff back online, and from now, we just need to keep praying, keep healing, and survive through all of this. No. Crud. Thought for sure the turn order was like, I don't know why I thought Ness would go first. Please give us strength. Anyone who can hear our plea, help us. Suddenly, one of the Runaway Five felt something stop him, and he prayed fervently for the safety of Ness and his friends. Only 51 damage, but we're going to keep building it. There are many theories as to what Giygas actually is, what he represents, or really even what he looks like. He is such an enigmatic foe that many people can't even agree on what Giygas is or what he even resembles. I feel good. It hurts, Ness. Yark, yark. Similar to Pokey, I'm happier not knowing. The only concrete details we know for sure are that he was meant to look tormented and that he represents fear and guilt. Nothing more than that. The rest are just theories. And if those theories give you closure, or they provoke thought from you, I'm happy that they provoke thought from you, because I think Giygas is a very thought-provoking concept. But I don't want to give one theory special treatment over the other and tell you what he definitely is. I don't know. Paula's father thought he somehow heard his daughter's voice and prayed sincerely for the safety of Paula and her friends. "91 HP of damage. Get everyone unbinded. That life up Omega is beyond helpful. I'm so happy that we have that by our side. I don't always know it by the end. Sometimes I rush through overleveled and it just isn't available. I feel good. Friends. Did not work, did not work, did not work. Good, the Flash Omega did not go off. Please give us strength. Anyone who can hear our plea, help us. Suddenly, Tony felt anxious about Jeff, and he prayed strongly for the safety of Jeff and his friends. I can't tell you how strange it feels using Pray regularly like this. After all the hell it's put us through, I guess some things will surprise you. I gave it so many chances, and it's finally turning out well for us. I'm so sad, Ness. Ness, I feel good. Please grant us power. Anyone who can hear our plea, help us. A young woman in Dalam woke from a dream in which Prince Pooh died, and she began to pray for the well-being of Pooh and his friends. $362. That attack that's solidifying our bodies and hitting everyone might seem a little bit strange in what that could actually be. In truth, Giygas is the only one with psychic power so strong that he can use freeze on an entire party. No other foe or hero that we've encountered can do this. I'm happy. I'm so sad, Ness. Please grant us strength. Anyone who can hear our plea, we ask for this. Suddenly, Frank recalled Ness's shining young face and began to pray diligently for the safety of Ness and his friends. It's getting stronger, but we still need to keep going. Ness! Ness! Ness. Please grant us power. Speed this prayer to all the people of the earth. Suddenly, Nessa's mother felt terribly uneasy, and she began to pray for the safety of her son and his friends. Hurts. It hurts. Go back. Can't think of anyone else. Someone. Anyone. Please help us. It's not right. Not right. I'm happy. It hurts. Someone, can you hear me? Please give us strength. Now well, it's going to seem like I'm running away, but perhaps I'll just sneak away to another era to think about my next plan. It's a good bet that we will see each other again. Alright, I'll be seeing you! So, now which one of us do you think is the cool guy? The war against Giygas is over. we've made Buzz proud. He was mostly right in his mission. I mean, he didn't quite find the hero who would stop Giygas. He found the one who would save her life. Close enough, though. His mission was not in vain. I just want to say, I basically love every single thing about that fight. I hope that if nothing else resonated with you, that certainly did. There's a reason why it is considered one of the best final battles ever. Why Giygas is considered one of the most fascinating antagonists of all time. Our travels together end here. I must return to Dalam and use this experience for the good of my country. Ness, Paula, Jeff? Let me demonstrate a strange power before I go. I realized this power as a child. PSI farewell, now! I'll see you again someday. Paula? Ness? It was great to hang out with you guys. It really was. I'm glad that I had a chance to use some of the theories that I have been studying so hard. It's remarkable. If... just maybe... well, if you two get hitched someday, maybe I'll be the one that fixes your broken electronic appliances. I'm gonna stay here for a while and see if I can learn more from Dr. Andernuts. I mean, from my dad. So it looks like this is goodbye for now, my friends. Ness, will you escort me home? I'll miss all of you, but I have to go back to being just a regular kid. Well, I gotta get going. We are nowhere near done. Next time on EarthBound, we meet the world that we saved. See you guys then.